What if an entrepreneur and creator uses different passions to build community? What do these three things have in common? This guy, Hassan Khalil.
So make sure you're balancing.
How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as a really friendly guy that always wants to meet new people and listens to others and take advice from others and share my experience with others.
We'd describe him as a wide-ranging entrepreneur and creator with a resilient backstory that led to these different things.
Raise your hand if you're really enjoying these soccer camps.
Hassan created Lincoln International Football Club in 2020 to give underserved kids an opportunity to learn and play the sport he loves. The club puts on a summer-long free soccer camp. Most of the participants are from refugee and immigrant families.
Raise your hand if you speak more than one language.
Goal! 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 Goal!
It's more than soccer.
When we use soccer to bring everything together, the families and the kids, but to provide resources to these families and kids that they could benefit from beyond soccer, which will educational classes, health resources that we could bring to these neighborhoods, mentoring these kids to be successful in their lives.
Most of these kids, their parents aren't able to afford like soccer boot camps or summer camps. They're not able to do it.
Like James, who came here from the African country of Burundi less than a year ago.
I gave him these shoes, something that really touched my heart. He kissed the shoes. And I said, why'd you kiss the shoes?
Because it's my first shoe.
He says, my first soccer shoes ever.
Hassan understands these kids because he's also walked in their shoes.
I came from a refugee camps, 11 years in a refugee camps.
Hassan lived in a refugee camp when he was the same age as these kids. During Saddam Hussein's regime, Iraq was dangerous for the often persecuted Yazidi people. Hassan's family fled Iraq for neighboring Syria in the middle of the night.
We had some shoes on, just our clothes, no bags, absolutely nothing. Even our IDs and everything that we had, we throw those away. I could just feel the fear in my family's faces at that time. Even though it was a refugee camp, it was poverty, it was not much going on, it was like a family jail.
With no school and little else to do, Hassan developed a love for soccer in the camp. Creating the nonprofit Lincoln International Football Club was a way to continue that and help others a lot like young Hassan.
We're having fun, they're having fun, it's beautiful. We gain so much from here, I learned so much.
Hassan's barbershop is the entrepreneurial side that pays the bills. Cutting hair wasn't on his mind when an international aid organization helped 15-year-old Hassan and his family relocate from Syria to Buffalo, New York.
This was all photos taken in 1999, months before we moved to the United States. So these are our tickets, actually. Yeah.
On his third day in Buffalo, Hassan found something else new, a barbershop.
I'm like, wow, what's this? You know, like people cutting hair, beautiful cars outside, music is going, people are happy. Something just really attracted me. Like, I want to work in a place like this.
The owners let him clean the shop in exchange for haircuts. He learned barbering and cut friends' hair for free. Struggled, quit, then was encouraged to come back by the owner and his mentor. Barbering became his profession after that. And when the family moved from Buffalo to be a part of Lincoln's large Yazidi community, Hassan brought skills and scissors with him. Is there something about barbering that kind of connects with your creative side?
I think so, to be honest. Just growing up in refugee camps, Mike, we were kind of isolated from social, like being social with others, not talking to so many people. And I think barbering definitely gave me the platform to reach my potential, of who I am, what I can do, and connecting with everyone.
Is there a little extra pressure with this haircut, knowing there's another person in the room that's evaluating what you're doing?
Not at all. I love it.
But you've got somebody watching that has a vested interest in how this turns out.
Yes, Emily. Yeah. Here's the back, here's the fade. What do you think?
Music is the third part of Hassan's world. It started listening to his dad singing and playing the saz, a traditional Yazidi string instrument, in the refugee camp.
Music was one of our, to get away from everything, to listen to our elder and to the musicians like my father and telling us stories, and is a way we could learn more about our history and our culture.
Hassan fell in love with keyboards. What he calls a hobby involves performing at lots of events, like Sursal, the Yazidi New Year's celebration.
Are you self-taught musically?
Yes. Yes, everything I play I'm self-taught.
Wow. Are there certain sounds or certain things that are specific to Yazidi music?
Yes, saz, it's actually one of the original instruments of the Yazidis. So it comes in acoustic, and now we kind of have it even here in this keyboard.
Yeah. What's a saz sound like?
It sounds like Indian, right?
Right, yeah.
Like one string at a time, or with chords?
It's usually, this sounds usually for solo, one string at a time.
When did you start making your own music?
Even when I was little, I've always liked to make up words, my own words. I've always liked the stories. Every song needs to have like a story for me.
This song is called L'eau de l'Ojan, or Heart and Soul in English. It shares the personal memories and feelings from his life journey. The first verse is about arriving in the U.S.
Luwalati Gharibiye, in a new country, in a new place. It's like you're saying I'm deaf because you cannot speak the language, so you cannot understand. But you're somewhere, but you cannot understand or you cannot speak.
الولاد غريبي العالم بزمان.
You're writing your biography in music.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, I think that's, for me, is the best way I can express, honestly, like, to talk about things that I've went through. For me, I'm like, someone might hear this story someday. I could be gone, but someone could listen to this, and it could just help them.
الولاد غريبي العالم بزمان.
The thread that connects all of the things Hassan the entrepreneur and creator does is community. Whether it's Yazidis, all refugees, or all of Lincoln.
Today is about the unity, it's about every other culture here that calls Lincoln home, that we can unite together and become as a big family.
Hassan is really critical to our whole community. He is a natural community organizer. One of the things that I really appreciate most about Hassan is his ability to build bridges in our community among diverse community members.
What can you learn from Hassan?
I think how to give to community. He always is there for everybody, and he's always ready to give to people.
Is Hassan somebody who's always wanted to try things and be creative?
She said Hassan always did adventurous stuff, like I was always worried about him when he was younger. He was never scared to do things. I think now I do think of myself as an entrepreneur because of all the areas and the impact I feel like I'm doing.
Running a barbershop, playing music, and running a youth soccer program isn't going to make you rich, right?
It's not gonna make me rich, but it's honestly what I love. Yeah, I've had other opportunities to do other things, but for me personally, it's more of contributing, more of making an impact.
All right, everybody say bye to the camera. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Good job, guys.